put the packet on the glass.
Yeah.
The little glass dish in the microwave.
Is it weird that I'm a 37-year-old human being and I love TikTok more than any other social media platform?
No, I think that just makes you unique.
Okay, yeah. I fit into that category of just being a nut job on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, I think generally TikTok is, if you've not been on it, it's the funniest, most interesting social media platform out there. It absolutely nails the videos that gets presented to you. And if you are a recruitment agency and you're hiring, this is why you should consider TikTok as one of the channels to look into. Welcome to Viral Recruiters, where we help recruiters, directors, owners, and marketers with their marketing. Everything that we talk about should bring in more candidates, more clients, more consultants, and everything that a recruitment agency needs. I'm Rich Gibbard, founder of RecBound. Hope you enjoy the show.
I think a good place to start with why you should use TikTok is like it's got largely a younger audience on there. You know, you've got like more Gen Z, more millennial sort of 20s to 30s age range on there. But I think they're a bit of a difficult demographic to sell to explicitly. I think they kind of like stuff that's a bit more weird and a bit more esoteric. I think they want to be entertained, not sold to.
If you were to go up to somebody and directly sell to them, like you would do people born in the 50s, 60s, 70s, partly through the 80s. I was born in 85, so everybody up to 1984 who are dead old, really, really old, ultimately they are happy to be sold. They might not be happy to be sold to, but they appreciate being sold to directly.
Yeah.
Whereas, like you say, the new generations coming through, subtle selling and influencing. Influencer is the way. Influencing is probably the biggest form of selling.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the thing. And it's like, how do you sell something to somebody without it being too obvious, without switching them off, especially like in that demographic as well. And that might be that you do it through influencers, but even they have to declare when something's an ad nowadays because it got too muddy. The people couldn't tell when they were being sold to and people didn't like it.
So why would you, if I'm a recruitment agency and I'm already battling to keep up with LinkedIn, battling to keep up with Twitter, Instagram, and even posting my own job ads on Indeed, CV Library, et cetera, why should I spend some time investigating TikTok?
Well, it's got a massive audience. There's like tons of people on there. I think in 2021 or 2022, it was the most searched website even over Google, which is unprecedented. So
how can you out Google?
Exactly, yeah. The sheer exposure you can get just from potentially being on TikTok is unrivaled by anything else, because Instagram and that is probably still kind of trendy, like Twitter and stuff, but I think a lot of people still view them as kind of legacy apps now, if you know what I mean. They're not sort of cool or new anymore, but TikTok's still in its infancy. It's only been around for about 5 or 6 years at this point, and there's a lot of just interesting stuff on there and interesting types of people who you can get your stuff in front of. I
think that's it. Like on Facebook, essentially what you're led to is, I'm connected to my mum. My mum won't listen to this, but
neither will mine.
Outrageous. But my mum will share something about a missing cat in Bolton. She doesn't live in Bolton, and she doesn't care about missing cats. But it's things like that whereby you can only reach a certain audience that you're connected to. Whereas TikTok gives you a really, really good way of promoting your own business to an audience that doesn't follow you.
Yeah. I mean, TikTok is very, very good at just putting the weirdest shit on your page that you've ever seen in your life.
What kind of stuff, or weird shit, as you would say, what should you be putting out there on TikTok?
I think you want to capitalize on like trending sounds, which is kind of what TikTok's built around.
What do you mean by trending sounds?
Well, they'll just the backing tracks and kind of the backing music and the backing sound effects to the videos that people make on there. Like they might be sampled from a film, or it might just be a TikTok someone uploaded of them talking that people thought was funny. And then people end up repurposing that dialogue to tell their own stories and their own different experiences. So you need to kind of keep an eye on what's funny, what are people reacting to, what do people like, and just sort of, just keeping an eye on what's current, really. But it is a lot easier to keep track of what's current on TikTok, in my opinion, than it is on like other apps. Like I always find on obviously Twitter and Instagram have the hashtagging system, but I find that being able to load up the sound on TikTok and see it's got 200k videos under this sound. You should probably use that sound, because like it's clearly resonating with people and people are looking at it. But you have to kind of strike while the iron's hot. If you leave it even 3 or 4 days, it can already become a bit passé. Like stuff moves so fast on TikTok, it's very hard to keep up. So you have to, if you're doing it as a business tool, you'd probably need to dedicate maybe about half an hour at least a day just to keeping an eye on what's happening.
So if you're a recruitment agency and you are exploring different ways to attract candidates or people to work at your business.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, if you're a chief financial officer, you won't be just looking for jobs on TikTok. Or if you are a head of sales, there's no way you'd go onto TikTok to look for something to further your career. However, you would go onto TikTok. If you are 21 years old looking to get into the recruitment industry, you would probably look to see if they had a TikTok channel.
Yeah.
To see what the culture is like.
Yeah.
So what kind of things would you be putting on?
I'd think, obviously, it all boils down to how you want to present your business, your organization. But I think if you're on TikTok, the chances are you're probably already fairly okay with coming across as not super traditionally corporate, not too, formal or anything like that. So I think you would want to showcase the fun side of things, but maybe also kind of tie it into what's happening in the office and stuff. It's not just you making a joke that's unrelated to anything that you would do at work. It's like, obviously, we have our own dedicated TikTok maestro who won't talk on microphones. So
she's Carolina, who I will name check, put a video out there. It's had 1.6 million views.
But the reason I think it got 1.6 million views is because, in my opinion, she quite accurately identified something a lot of people relate to, which is kind of, I've got my work bestie, we have to do everything together and stuff like that. Jokes are really funny when you explain them.
Yeah.
They get funnier the more you explain them.
So what you're saying is that
relatable experiences,
yes,
basically.
Observational humor, getting yourself stuck into seeing what the culture is like, taking the mick out of it a little bit.
Yeah, you have to have a bit of like self-deprecation in there, I think. Otherwise you come across as then it does come across as corporate. I think if you can't laugh at your own expense, people get a bit switched off by it, especially the generation of people that use TikTok. I find a very keen and like self-aware humor. They like to kind of take the mick out of themselves a bit. So they'll gravitate towards stuff that does that.
As somebody who is on the old side of young, I have noticed as well that there are other videos, there are other content creators on there that do post lots of things that are very professional, that do come across as very professional. They won't get millions of views or likes or whatever it is, but it's just another vehicle and it's really easy. It's so easy to be found on TikTok because the way that their algorithm works, it's just a dream for if you find a topic that you like, it just keeps presenting topics back to you.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely something that you should consider.
Definitely. And I mean, like, I don't know how their algorithm works, but it is very, very good at that. It's like just a constant drip feed of things that you will probably find interesting.
Yep. So there's not much more else I can say. Or all I would say if you are a recruitment agency and you are considering hiring for your team and you are looking to showcase your culture a little bit, then do set up a TikTok channel. Don't be so precious about the content that goes out on there because the people that you want will probably just have want a proper insight into what it's like.
Yeah.
Not fake insight into what it's like.
Yeah. And obviously, it's just easier to get noticed on there than LinkedIn. If you're gunning for a lot of younger candidates, maybe, or people you want to get in front of, there's no other place like it, because it's where the young'uns are.
It's just so easy to get views.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Well, hope you enjoyed the episode. Good luck making your TikToks. Good luck even coming up with the ideas. Just sign up. As you go through it, it's a really, really cool, very, very interesting platform to get your head around. So subscribe to this episode, subscribe to this channel, should I say, whatever. Yeah. You can make mistakes on TikTok, just like you can make mistakes here. So do subscribe. Good luck with it. And if you need help with your marketing, please get in touch.